So everyone, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to continue pushing out my films to you guys because you sent me the most wonderful messages in abundance. I'm truly humbled. Thank you for being such a lovely, lovely tribe of people. It is great to have you all in my world, and if I could chop up all the lovely comments into strips and put them in a top hat, I would love to start my day by just picking one out and reading them. They were all truly lovely, and if I didn't heart you or reply, then I'm very sorry. I will do eventually. I promise to respond to everybody. But here we go. We're back on track, and I'm going to be pushing out films every week to keep you as distracted as possible because you have been so wonderful in return. The first one is, and it has to be, right, lockdown makeup. Now, how do you feel about your makeup? Have you been wearing it? Have you not? I didn't for the first few days, actually. And then I got sick of the sight of myself, especially on this house party app. My kids have been doing it, and my house is just full of people in different rooms shouting at other people. And it's interesting, isn't it? It's like, after a while, I've just started calling people again. I actually don't want to look at myself. Not in a bad way, it's just sometimes you just want to hear someone's voice. Few little tips about, maybe I should do a separate film on this, and I'm quite happy to do that if you'll tell me, obviously, if you do. But when you are house partying, just to make yourself feel a bit better about yourself, is turn off those bloody overhead lights. Oh, those overhead spotlights are so vulgar. They just bring out the worst in all of our features. Hold your phone straight to your face. Not down here, which is natural because you just basically get a massive nostril shot. And just look towards a nice window or a nice source of light, and that will kind of just soften your features, not make you look very heavily lined and tired. Anyway, my skin has been feeling super dry because I'm inside so much. We now are on lockdown. We've been on lockdown in the UK for a week. Yeah. It's good days and bad days, really, isn't it? But we're making the most of it, and we're grateful. We have a garden, and that currently all my family and friends are well. Anyway, before I started this film, because I did look like a crumpled old sheet, if I'm really honest with you, I used one of these Soul Sister face masks. Now, this is a super hydration one, and it's a really nice brand. I'm not a huge fan of masks. I prefer to use just, a sheet mask. I prefer just to put a mask on and walk around the house, and the sheet mask tends to fall and slip. But this is so wonderful and hydrating that I just treated myself to this morning, and I don't really like the waste of the sheet masks, but I do have a few at home, and I don't also want to waste them by throwing them away, so I'm going to use them. Anyway, this is a lovely one, and I've put it on my skin first of all because it's feeling super dry, and you might, if you feel the same as me, want to inject an oil into your skincare routine. And I have a kind of like love-hate with facial oils because they make my skin very lazy, because they kind of cause an occlusive barrier over everything, and then all my active ingredients don't work. But I'll tell you a few little tips how to inject those into your skincare routine without causing any hazardous mishaps with your skincare routine. So because I'm dry, this is basically the makeup that I'm doing as much as I can every day, and I might not put it on till 12, I might not put it on till 4, but at some points, just for the sake of my family, myself, I do want to look human and normal because I love makeup. I wear makeup all the time, normally, so I just want to feel sort of put together and just not too scruffy. It's nice to have a down day, but not a down month. It doesn't make me feel good. I've started with the Bobbi Brown. This is the Extra Illuminating Moisture Balm. It is so soft, and if you can see, it just gives that lovely, really sheeny glow to the skin with no sparkles. Now I do have an apology to make because I love the Solar Sticks by Nip and Fab, and that gives a lovely highlight across here, and I'd never ever noticed that it had a bit of sparkle in. I really hadn't, because it's so delicate, but I said it doesn't have sparkle in it, but it gives this lovely shine. And someone rightly so complained and said, no, it does have sparkle, I'm really cross. This doesn't have any sparkle. It just gives a hydrated finish to the skin, which is what I like. This is quite a pricey one. It's Clé de Peau, and I just really want to have a nice, really soft sheer finish to my base. I don't really care about my pigmentation or any imperfections to my skin right now. I just want it hydrated and even. And if you can see, I've got this wonderful sort of dart spot right in the centre of my neck. Like literally someone has gone ba-doop, and it's really hard and it's quite annoying to get rid of. Anyway, so yes, a nice tinted moisturiser, I can describe this as. Really lovely. Again, super hydrating. It's a lovely shade for my skin. This is 030, and obviously being an expensive product, as it should do, it feels divine on the skin. So this is my little treat. And I just put it on with my hands and down to my neck, because my neck is always paler and just kind of gives me an all over kind of like 10-15 denier finish to my skin. But it's not perfect, but that's what I need. So just kind of like rubbing that into my skin, feels great. And then I'm using the new Shiseido gel concealers. Now these are brilliant. You've probably heard me talk about the Synchro Glow and the Synchro Skin Refreshing Foundation. So next week I will post out the long wear foundation film that I've been promising for ages. I did record it a while ago. And you'll be able to see me apply and talk about the foundation. Well, this is the concealer to go with that range, and it is just super beautiful. Japanese formulas for their skincare and their makeup are truly lovely. I have to say, truly lovely. It is lightweight, it doesn't sit in the pores, it stays put, it doesn't cause a dry surface over your skin, therefore it doesn't age your skin. It's kind of very malleable, it moves with the skin. So I just literally put this in that darker area, and that's it really. I think any kind of makeup in this scenario just needs to be quick and effective and just kind of brightening, and that feels really nice. Next up, I'm going to be using Superdrug's Brow Styler B. Very inexpensive, lovely product. And I'm just going to colour my brows in. Now, I'm not sure whether you're the same, but I'm really loving wearing colour. If I put on a black top, I feel a bit flat. So just being at home, I'm sort of wearing much more of my colourful clothes than I am of my sort of blacks and greys, etc. Just wanting a little bit of vibrancy. And when I feel like that, I think the best colour to boost your morale is pink in makeup. So I'm going to use a little bit of pink blush just to really lift my complexion. So brows, for me, just give me stability to my face, just frame my face, and I just feel more put together. It's sort of like the same as, you know, just getting the parting right in your hair. Have you ever sat in the hairdresser and the hairdresser has put your parting on the other side and you're a bit like, rather than just saying, actually, can you put it on the side, just sit there and go, oh, it's just like 5 millimeters off. Can you flip it round? Or can you just move it? It just doesn't feel right. And because I've got dodgy old brows, if I've got them filled in, then I just feel a little bit more tidy and put together. Now, all the kids are at home. I've asked them to be quiet, which obviously is tricky, bless them. I think they're going to do their best, but it may not be as quiet as it normally is. Now, I'm just pulling this down here because my arch is quite high, and just stretching that out. So again, this makeup takes, 5 minutes, but just talking it through with you, it may take a little bit longer. It's really lovely to hear all your stories, by the way, across the world. It's a crazy time that we are living through right now. And I really, really, really just want it to pass, but we have to be patient and take one day at a time. Oops, that's gone to the floor. I'm going to set these brows with Blink Brow Bar. And I love this little brush, you see? Teeny weeny, and it just gives you lots of control, but for me, this really helps to keep the brows lifted, and the older you get, the more you appreciate things going upwards. and it's nice because it dries, whereas some brow gels that you put in, they just sort of stay a bit wet and they don't sort of fix your brows. And this is nice and clear, so this is a really good one. Super easy eyes with Beauty Pie. This is, yes, Huntress. I never remember that, Huntress. So it's kind of just like a warm brown with a little bit of iridescence in. So it just kind of gives me a shot of light. And because my eyes tend to kind of fall here, what I do with my finger is just literally put that on the outside there and put that on the outside there. And that'll give me just a little bit of definition. These dry beautifully, but you've got a little bit of playtime. And then again, with my finger, I just blend that in, just so it breaks up the cream, and it's just really, really soft. So it's kind of something of nothing. As you can see, I'm not using any brushes. I just want to kind of keep it really super clean and quick. One thing I cannot change is this Honest Beauty mascara. I just simply love it because I'm a lash girl. I love a good old lash. This primer works brilliantly, and I've learnt to be more patient and put the primer on and then put my blush on and then come back to the mascara, because that does make a whole world of difference. Some days I've just done the top lashes because I feel like it's just sort of lifting my eyes a little bit more, and sometimes I put a bit more on, depending on how I'm feeling. Because makeup is very emotive. Now remember to clean your fingers, because I've obviously just smudged on that nice kind of like soft shadow just on the outside, and I'm going to be using Puff, the Glossier cream blush. It's called Cloud Paint. I just love this colour. It's like a baby pink, and with this product a little bit goes a long way, and I'm just going to put it in the fullness of my cheeks just here. Now remember, it's this area here that you want to avoid putting any blush, and because I want to kind of have a sort of healthy uplifting makeup, I'm going to focus it on the front of my face, not going in a diagonal shape, not going around here, because that kind of makes everything just look a little bit more sharp and sophisticated. And this is just about just implanting a little bit of a healthy flush. Now what I've learnt with Cloud Paint is that you can put it on and take it off as quickly as you've put it on. So it just needs to set just slightly before you blend it. So if you've got one at home and you've sort of put it on, you think, I don't know, it's not really giving me the effect I wanted to, just be a little bit more gentle in your application, because once it's on, it really lasts. And again, it's just really super translucent. But to me, I just love this colour. It just makes me feel happy. So again, just really pulling out the front of your cheeks like that, keeping it nice and soft and round so the colour just diffuses into the rest of your skin. And you can tap it out. Oh, just realised that I've completely ruined my nail varnish. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you decide to move a chair before you come and do some filming. Right. Nice. Okay, so let's do the mascara. And it's something about this wand. I just love a long, skinny wand. But look, it is just fabulous. I mean, I have good lashes, but this mascara makes my lashes look awesome. Really long. And that just sort of elevates me straight away. Oh, there we are, putting myself back together, looking a little bit fresher. I'll just take that blush off my hand. Okay, and then I'll probably just finish off either with a little bit of lip gloss, or I love the Starlight Coral by Max Factor, or I'll just put on a bit of gloss depending if a bit of balm. If I'm feeling dry, I'll just put balm on, or I'll just go straight in with this. Again, it's that nice, pretty pink colour. I'm not really bothering with lip liner or anything like that. If I was going to go for a stronger colour, like I went out for a walk the other day and I put on a nice sort of tangerine orange lip. I mean, I don't know why I did. With a little bobble hat because it was quite windy, and I felt fabulous. Came home and wiped it off again. But you know, whatever it takes. Oh, see? And this is really hydrating, healthy, and just gives that sort of just lovely pop of colour. Of course, if you don't have the cloud paint, you can always put a little bit of this on your cheeks as well. And the thing is with the Max Factor Colour Elixir cushion is that the texture is not sticky. It's just like a balm. Really, really easy to wear, and it's just a nice little colour to kind of pick you up. I have been finding, like I said, about my skin being really dry. So now if I feel a bit flat, I will use my favourite oil. This is a new one I bought a couple of weeks ago because I had the little tester. It's by Herbivore. It's called Orchid. It is the most beautiful, clean, fragrance-free, vegan, beautiful, beautiful facial oil. And I have to use them tentatively because, like I said, they make my skin quite lazy. So I'm going to do a couple drops here, and also really nice for my hands because they're so dry. Oh, it's just wonderful. So I rub that in, and then I just press it over my face. Even though I've got the moisturising balm and I've got like the tinted moisturiser, I'm just putting this on the outside. And then I put it in my hair as well if my hair's feeling a bit dry, just on the ends here. Oh, if I could just share this beautiful fragrance with you. Herbivore, it is a beautiful, beautiful product. And yeah, if you can get it as a little tester, I would definitely invest because it's awesome. One other product that I use every day is de Mamiel. Now, when I first started the channel, I did a little film all about Annie de Mamiel, who is the owner of this brand. And this is a product called Altitude Oil. It's won tons of awards, and it's, I think it was originally created for flying to ward off any sort of bacteria, but it is the most beautiful, utterly beautiful blend of aromatherapy essential oils. And I just place it on my wrist. And I do this a lot when I'm working, actually, just before I do a client, so they can just inhale deeply, just like 3 times. So if I'm feeling a little bit wobbly, then I'll just take a little moment away from the boys and the craziness of the house and just do a little bit of inhalation. I'm not very good at meditation. I'm quite a busybody, but I just think I can give myself a minute just to do this, just quietly in the house, and it just takes me down just a few notches, because we need to be taken down a few notches, don't we, just to you know, maintain some sense of balance while we are going through this. Well, I hope that's been helpful. I'm really looking forward to your questions if you have any below, or just filling me in on what you're doing across the world. We're all in this together, which is actually quite nice in a way, that it's not just London or the UK, or it's sort of comforting knowing that we're all in the same place to a certain degree. Anyway, please stay well, please stay inside, look after your family and friends, and I'll be back next Saturday. Bye for now.